Okay, let's talk about something. What if the most, normal part of your day is actually the one that's messing with your health the most? We're about to dive into a daily habit that's so common, it's pretty much invisible. And yeah, it might just be the hidden reason you're not feeling 100%. So just think about your daily routine for a sec. We're not talking about some one-off thing like that slice of cake you had last week or the occasional big meal. Nope. This is something way more common, something you probably don't even think twice about. It's a habit that's literally hiding in plain sight. So here's the big question, the one that's really at the heart of this whole explainer. What if that super normal habit is the real culprit behind those nagging health issues you just can't seem to pin down? We're not talking about a sudden illness, but a slow, quiet disruption that's happening inside you every single day. To really get why we miss this, we first have to look at where we usually point the finger when our bodies just feel, well, off. You know the drill, right? We've all been there. You feel bloated or uncomfortable, and what do? You immediately blame that spicy dinner you had last night, or maybe that one time you overate, or you just chalk it all up to stress. These are the usual suspects we always round up.
But here's the thing you gotta understand about your gut. It's not some fragile flower. It's way more like a garden. One bad day of weather isn't gonna ruin it. But it's the daily conditions, the soil, the water, the sun, that really shape its health over the long haul. And that's exactly where our habits come into play.
So, if it's not the occasional indulgence, then what is this daily habit that's secretly causing all this chaos? All right, it's time to pull back the curtain and finally reveal the culprit. The reason we don't see it is because it's just so normal. It's a part of our daily lives. It's there at social gatherings. Honestly, its greatest trick is just hiding in plain sight. The culprit? Sugary beverages. Yeah, we're talking about the sodas, the juices, the sweetened teas, the drinks that have just become a totally normal, everyday thing for so many of us. And listen, when we say sugary beverages, we're not just talking about the obvious stuff. We're also talking about that supposedly healthy fruit juice you might have with breakfast, or the sports drink you grab after a workout, even that bottled iced tea that seems so harmless. They're all kind of part of the same Trojan horse. Okay, so we've identified the what. Now let's get into the how. What exactly is going on inside your gut when these drinks become a regular thing? To really get what's happening, you need to think of your gut as a rainforest. It's this incredibly complex, living ecosystem that's just teeming with trillions of organisms. And just like a rainforest, it's all about balance. This slide here shows the chain reaction that liquid sugar kicks off in your gut. It's basically like a flash flood. The sugar just rushes in and it feeds this small group of opportunistic sugar-loving bacteria, which then just multiply like crazy. They start to crowd out the good guys and the whole ecosystem gets thrown out of whack. And the result of all that? Your digestion just starts to suffer. The result of all this isn't some immediate, sharp pain. No, it's a collection of delayed, super confusing symptoms. You might feel bloated for no clear reason, or find your digestion is all over the place. Or maybe you suddenly become sensitive to foods you used to eat with no problem at all. And because the symptoms are so disconnected from the moment you actually have the drink, you end up blaming something else entirely. But here is where it gets really fascinating. The problem isn't just the sugar itself, it's how that sugar is delivered. It is all about speed. This slide breaks it down perfectly. Over on the left, you've got that daily hit of liquid sugar. There's no fiber, no warning. It's like a surprise attack on your gut day after day. Then on the right, you've got the occasional burger and fries. Your gut sees that coming, it prepares for it, and it deals with it. It's the difference between a constant state of emergency and a single manageable event. This quote right here really just hits the nail on the head. The problem isn't sugar. It's sugar arriving too fast, too often, and without any of that natural packaging that our bodies are actually designed to handle. So what's the big takeaway here? It's the power of the small things, right? The quiet, everyday habits that shape our health without us even noticing. And here's a really empowering way to think about it. Your gut isn't this fragile, delicate thing that breaks easily. It's a highly adaptive, super responsive system. It's simply responding, very logically, to the patterns you keep showing it. So the next time you reach for that normal drink, just remember this. The most powerful choices we make are often the ones we don't even think about. So the real question is, what other invisible habits are shaping your health, and what are you going to do about them?